Just a quick recap of last week. Last week we saw the very high level, what is a Kridanta. What we saw is from the root, verb roots, which are called dhatus, to that dhatu, krut pratyaya is added, which turns into a pratipadikam, and from the pratipadikam a subanta is formed. Simple, right? Dhatu plus krut pratyaya pratipadikam, pratipadikam plus supratyaya subantam. Subantam is the namapadam. So this step we saw last week. Any question from the last week's discussion? So in this course, you can refer to generally if you want a reference book. There is one simple reference book I will show you from Medhamichika. Right? So by Medhamichika. So that I think to this site, go to classes, students. Yeah, this one. Here at the end here on this screen, on this web page, I think you are familiar with this web page, or I can send this to you, the link to you later. So here we have this Sanskrit grammar derivative book, derivatives, and you can refer to that, which looks like this. This is a nice and simple book, and it starts like this. Derivatives means there are vrittis, there are panchavrittaya, 5 types of derivatives are discussed in this book. Vritti, so the 5 are listed here: sanadyanta dhatu vrittihi, krit vrittihi, tadhita vrittihi, samasa vrittihi, ekashesha vrittihi. The 5 types of deriving the words from the verb root is shown here, okay, in this book in a simple way. Sanadyanta dhatu vrittihi. So right now our focus in this course is the second one, krut vrittihi. In brief, sanadyanta dhatu vrittihi is there is again a set of pratyayas, san, etc. San is the first one referred to here. San adyanta dhatu vrittihi. San is the dhatu. San is the pratyaya, one of the pratyayas. So again, there is a set of pratyayas, san, nich, etc. Kamech, etc. So those, when they are added to dhatu or a namapada or a pratipadikam, they produce a new dhatu. Okay. Then we have a krut vrittihi. This krut vrittihi, anybody joined earlier, just now? Rajendra Mahoday, can you hear us?
Namaste, Acharya.
Namaste Mahoday. I think we're meeting for the first time. Can you introduce quick, brief introduction about yourself?
I am Rajendra Deshpande, staying in Bangalore, and I got a lot of passion for learning Sanskrit, so that I can lead this Sanskrit literature.
Great.
So with that intention, I am trying to learn whatever courses are possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I can read and write very fluently. Of course, meaning is difficult, but reading and writing, I am very proficient in that.
Reading and writing Sanskrit, you mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what?
Grammar and all things go into
grammar.
deeper.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of study you have done so far in Sanskritam in terms of grammar and other things?
In the school, I had a Sanskrit from 8th standard, 8th, 9th, and 10th standard as a first language. Then again, through different self-learning only, I could not join any school or college, anything like this thing. I think this is the first time I am joining the structured course.
Okay. Yeah. That's good to know. So this is just for your information. You're always you're welcome here. Here we are discussing the Kridantas. Do you have any background or just a basic knowledge of grammar, Sanskrit grammar?
This dhatus, no? The dhatu pratyaya.
Yeah, dhatu pratyaya.
Basic knowledge I have got grammar, yes.
Okay. So this course about Kridanta, we are in this course we are trying to focus or study this Kridantas. What are Kridantas? Where they are used? Some examples of about 20 or so Pratyas, and with a light touch of grammar, Ashtadhyayi. And then there is another course running on Saturdays for beginners. I'm not sure whether that is you're interested or that is appropriate for you. Then you can also explore that, and whichever is you are comfortable with.
I'd like to join that also. Yes.
Yeah, if you have time, or this one, either way, whatever. So that Saturday it is at
same time, sir?
Same time, 7 p.m. India time. Yes.
Okay, and same login ID is there?
Yeah, same. Yes.
Okay, sir.
I'll include you in that next time when I send you the email about the class information. I'll include your email ID here. Okay. Dhanyawad.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now.
Dhanyawad, Acharya.
This one, coming back to this Panchavritteha, Vritti derived words, Sanadyanta Dhatuti, San, etc. These are the set of pratyayas. What is a pratyaya? Again, pratyaya is something suffix added to something else. Right? It doesn't necessarily have to be added to a dhatu. It can be added to something else, like it can be added to pratipadikam, it can be added to in the derivation process, something in between step also, a new pratyaya can be added. Now, sanadyanta dhatu in this, san, etc., these are the pratyayas, and when these are added to dhatus or pratipadikam, a new dhatu is derived. These are interesting pratyayas. One of the examples for this vritti or derived word is sun. If you add sun to...
Sorry, teacher, sir. I'm not able to hear you. Is it my alone problem or...
Yeah. Anybody else?
It's fine for me. Your audio is good.
Maybe
I
I
can
should.
hear you very well now there.
Yeah, Rajendra, maybe
Not able to hear you.
at all, or it is low. Volume is low. Hello, can you hear me?
At least we can.
Let me chat with him and then tell him to log in again. Yeah, he logged off. All right, so sun. So with this sun, pratyaya, let me write it here. Sun pratyaya. Can you hear me? No, Rajendra Mode. No, we can't hear you. Anyway, sun. This sun pratyaya. This one. Let me anyway chat. Send in the chat. The chat. Okay. Sun pratyaya, one of the examples, famous examples for this is pipasa. Right? You know pipasa or pipasu. What is pipasu? Or jidnyasa? Bubhuksha? Hmm?
Jigyasa, I think, I mean, I can guess that it's curiosity, something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Bhuksha is hunger, is it?
Yeah. Right.
And then pipasa is like, is it thirst? No.
Thirst. So here there is a pratyaya called sun that is added to dhatu. In this case, jidnyasa. It is added to dhatu jna. Janati, you know that janati is the kriya padam there in the lat lakara. Janati, janita, jananti. And so those in the jna dhatu, usually the janati etc. we know. But when a sun pratyaya is added to this, a new dhatu is formed called jidnyasa. Jidnya actually. Jidnyasati. There is a sa at the end, right? Sun. Jidnyasati. That becomes the tatlakara form. Okay? Jidnyasati. Jidnyasati. So, jidnyasati means someone tries to or wishes to understand, not tries, wishes to understand. He would like to understand. Jidnyasati. Balakah jidnyasati. Okay. Aham jidnyasami. Etc. there. That means I like to understand or know. I like to know. Jidnyasati. So jidnyasa is a namapada form, but the kriyapada form of that is jidnyasati. Jidnyasati, jidnyasata, jidnyasanti, etc. Like similarly, pipasati means he likes to drink. Means he is thirsty, right? Pipasati. Similarly, bubhukshati. Bubhukshati. Bhokte, that means bhunkte. Bhunkte, not bhokte. Bhunkte. Bhunkte means eats. So to that bhuj dhatu, if you add sun, pratyaya, then it becomes bubhukshati. Bubhukshati means he likes, someone likes to eat. She or he or it likes to eat. Bubhukshati. Pipasati, etc. So that is one example. One pratyaya, sun pratyaya, indicating that it is the likes to eat or do something.
Is it just one pratyaya, Mahodaya? Because krit are, is it not like a set of pratyayas?
Yeah, Sanadyanta is also set of pratyayas. It is San, Adi, Sun, etc. So there are about 13, I think, 13 pratyayas are there in that set. Sun, etc. Sun, Nich, Kamech, Kech, etc. There are, again, set of pratyayas, okay? Not only one. So each one has a different meaning. In a certain meaning, it is added to dhatu or namapada there. Okay? So note that even to a namapada also, this one of the pratyayas, not all, one of those 13 sanadhyanta set pratyayas is added. For example, kamech is added to putra namapada, then it becomes a new dhatu. Okay? Then it gets that it comes in a certain meaning. Then we have, now for example, one of the examples of that is like a putriyate or krishnati example. These are some of the examples there where a new dhatu is derived from a namapada. This is very interesting, right? This is like in English we have this googling. I am texting you, I am googling it. How are these verbs formed in English? Googling. Google is the namapada, right? And that has become now, and we will say googling. That verb is derived from the namapada. Similarly, texting. These are some examples. So similarly here in Sanskritam also, it is possible, and like krishnati, for example, krishnati, katakatayate. So krishnati means I am acting like Krishna. I am behaving like Krishna. Not I, he is somebody, krishnati, right? That's Prathama Purusha. Then katakatayate, so something is making the sound katakata, right? Like somebody knocking at the door, then katakata. So then you can say saha dwaram katakatayate, so he is banging on the door. Like these examples, though originally they are namapada, then we need to derive a kriyapada from out of it. So then some pratyas are specified in this set, sanadhyanta. Alright, then we have the krutruti, which we are going to see. Then there is a krutruti, whatever. Krut is again a set of pratyas, then added to dhatus only. Then they create a new dhatu. Then tadhita vritti. Tadhita pratyaya is again a set of pratyas, again with a very big set. Tadhita pratyas, over 200. Krit is about over 100, tadhita over 200. So these pratyas, when added, tadhita pratyas are added to namapadas only. And they create a new namapada, new pratipadikam. So examples like Dasharatha, Dasharathi, Vinata, Vainateya, etc. Then there is a Samasarutti. Samasarutti is the process of deriving a samastapadam, compound words. Examples of samasas are, so how the samasa is derived? Samasa is namapada plus namapada becomes a new pratipadikam. Okay. Namapada plus namapada. There is no pratyaya here. Samasa is not a pratyaya. Whereas sun, etc., there is a set of pratyayas. Krut, etc., set of pratyayas. Tadhita, etc., set of pratyayas. Samasa is not a pratyaya. It is a derivation process. So by compounding two namapadas, then a new pratipadika is formed. Examples, compound words, I think you know at least some compound words you are familiar with, right? Examples. What are the examples? So samasa, like Purusha Vyaghra, Megha Shyama, then what? Garuda Gamana, etc. So these are the compound words. So how to derive these compound words? Ganapati, these are all compound words. So how to derive these compound words? That process is the subject of this samasa vritti. Ekashesha vritti is also similar to samasa. Yeah, they are basically compound words. But when in the Ekashesha vritti, difference between compound word samasa and Ekashesha vritti is in the Ekashesha, only one, when two namapadas are joined, Ekashesha is also two or more namapadas joined. Yeah? Samasa also two or more namapadas joined, and it results into a new namapada. Ekashesha vritti is also same, but in Ekashesha vritti, in the derived word, you will see only one word remaining from the words which are participating in that process. Where in the previous one, samasa vritti, you see all the base words which were added in that compound word. You can see all of them, like Ganapati, Ganapati, Purusha Vyaghra, Purusha Vyaghra, Garuda Gamana, Garuda Gamana, right? Both the words are there. Rama, Sita, Rama, like that. Now here, Ekashesha vritti, many words will be added, but resulting namapada will have only one of them remaining, representing the entire group, which were added in that pada. Examples: Mata cha Pita cha. Mata and Pita, both are there. So their resulting word could be Mata Pitarau. That is also valid. When we say Mata Pitarau, that means it is a samastapadam, Mata and Pita. In that there are two words, but Mata Pitarau is only one word. Mata Pitarau, that means parents, Mata and Pita. So in this we hear both the words which were originally there, Mata and Pita. So in that case it is samasa vritti. But also there is an alternate word which is just called Pitarau. Mata and Pita. Mata Pitarau can also be, the parents can also be said as Pitarau. Pitarau means parents. Pitarau also means two fathers, which is unusual, but two fathers, my father is there, your father is there, and both the fathers are standing together, we can say Pitarau. At the same time, we can also, if my Mata and my Pita both are standing together, we can say Pitarau also. That means parents. So in that case, it becomes Ekashesha vritti. Now,
So
generally,
in this case, the Pratipadikam is still Pitru, right?
Pitru.
So Pitru is Dvivachana.
Dvivachana, yes, Pitru.
But then Pratipadik is the same now.
Pitru, yeah. Pratipadika means Pitru. So when we combine Matru and Pitru, Matacha Pitacha, if we do Ekashesha vritti, the new Pratipadikam will be Pitru now. And it is always used in the Pitara because there will be two people, parents. It cannot be Pitru or Pitaraha. Now, the Dvivachana of any word, like Balaka you take, there are two Balakas, and even the Bahuvachana, Balakaha, that also, those words, Balakau and Balakaha, also can be said as Ekashesha vritti, in theory. Because what is Balakau? Balakaha cha Balakaha cha. Right? There are two Balakas. or standing or together. Balakah cha balakah cha. So instead of saying balakah balakah, we are replacing that balakah balakah with just balakau, dvivachana form of the word. So balakah plus balakah is changing to balakau. So this balakah balakau, this process is also can be considered as ekashesha vritti, because it is one word is representing a group of objects. Similarly, balakaha, bahuvachan also, that form can be called ekashesha form of balakah, 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 balakah. Any number of balakas are there together. Balakanam samuha balakaha. Can be said that. No, okay, going to krut pratyaya. It is krut pratyaya. 34. And this book is 34. Good, in the sense simple, easy to understand. On the face here, you can refer to this, but during this discussion, I'll be drawing my content from many other sources. Okay, krut pratyaya. So this we discussed last time anyway. Dhatu plus krut pratyaya pratipadikam, which we already know. And pratipadikam plus supratyaya becomes subanta, subantam or padam. So this we already know. So some examples are given here of krut. Krut is like what? It's saying that there are over 100 pratyayas. Right? There are more than 100 krut pratyayas which come in this, which are found in this Ashtadhyayi Tritiya Adhyaya 3.1 to 3.4, in that sutra range. Krut pratyayas and the derivations are defined there. Now, the Kridantas examples we saw, like Rama. When we generally say, we don't generally see that as a Kridanta shabda. So, but here you see Loka. This is similar to Rama. Loka plus Ghai. Ghai is one of the Krit pratyayas. It changes to a Kridantam, which is a Pratipatakam here. Loka. Loka, Lokati or Lokate. That means someone looks. Loka, look. Looks. So plus you add the Ganya, that changes to Loka. Loka means, Loka means what? Bhuloka, Swargaloka, etc. That Loka. Loka is the word. Similarly, another example given here, Jna plus a Truch is one of the Krit pratyayas, Jnatru. The cha, etc. goes while deriving this, the Pratipadikam. So it becomes Jnatru. So Jnatru is a Pratipadikam. So that, similar to Pitru, this Jnatru changes to Jnata. Like in the Pratma Vibhakti, like Pita, Jnata, which means one who knows something, Jnata. Okay, now let's get back to Now, the other thing which was given here, Krit pratyayas are used in the sense of karaka or bhava. Now, karaka means something which does, right? In the sense of doing, karaka. Or bhava. Bhava means the sense of the dhatu itself. Like gamana kriya is there. So there is gamana. Gamana is a bhava. So gamana means act of going, right? That is also a Kridanta padam. Gamana. Kridantam. Gam dhatu is there. We add some krit pratyaya, so that changes to gamana. So gamana, to that we add a supratyas to form the rupas. Gamanam. Gamanam mostly used in the Napunsakalingam. Gamanam you can use in all the vibhakti vachanas, but generally other vachanas are rare, right? Gamanam is the act of going. Bhava. Now, what are the karakas here? Karakas could be kartru also, and it could be karma karakas also, karana karaka also, etc. So, in different karakas also, when the certain krit pratyas are added to dhatus, the meaning of those karakas can be conveyed. We'll see some examples. This also you can, it's helpful to understand here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 when studying Krit Pratyayas, following 7 things. What Krit Pratyaya denotes? Krit Pratyaya denotes means whether it denotes it's added in what sense? The Kartru sense, Karma sense, Bhava sense, etc. And then the content of the Krit Pratyaya itself and the it letters. It letters is in the process of derivation. When we add the pratyaya, parts of the pratyayas are deleted in the process, and then the final pratipadika will be formed. So the letters which are removed from the krit pratyaya, they are called it letters because they have the it samajna. The samajna means they are referred to as it letters. The it is a symbol given to those letters in Ashtadhyayi. It doesn't have any particular meaning. It is just a technical term used for the letters which need to be removed from the pratyayas during derivation process, prakriya. Then you have special modification of pratyaya and anga. Anga, what is anga? Anga is something, a part to which a pratyaya is added. So if you have pratipadikam plus supratyaya, so this pratipadikam part is called anga. Whatever part is there to which some pratyaya is added, that part is called anga. Now you know that there are many types of pratyayas. Supratyayas are there, krit pratyayas are there, then there are three pratyayas, then there are ting pratyayas, etc. Right? So those are when in the steps of prakriya. For example, we have dhatu. Dhatu plus vikarana plus ting pratyaya. This is generally the step we take to derive a tingantam or kriyapadam. In this case, for the ting pratyaya, dhatu plus vikarana part becomes the anga on which this ting pratyaya is going to act. So ting is not directly going to act on dhatu most of the times or many times. a Vikarana Pratyaya is inserted in between. So for the Ting Pratyaya, Dhatu plus Vikarana becomes, that part becomes the Anga. But for Vikarana also is a Pratyaya. To that, Dhatu becomes the Anga, because Vikarana is going to act on Dhatu. So Dhatu is Anga for Vikarana, Ting is Anga for Dhatu plus Vikarana. So in the Krit Pratyaya, we have Dhatu plus Krit. So for the Krit Pratyaya, Dhatu becomes the Anga. Then the gender of the Pratipadikam. So once the new Pratipadikam is derived from Dhatu plus Krit, a new Pratipadikam is derived, then we need to think about the Linga of that Pratipadikam. And then to initially, by default, it can continue in the Pullinga Pratipadikam. Then to make them an Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam or Strilinga Pratipadikam, then we might need to add additional pratyayas to make it a Pratipadikam in that Linga form, in the Strilinga Pratipadikam, etc. Then declensions, again add vibhaktis. Vibhakti means supratyaya. Then next comes the supratyaya. First we need to obtain the Pratipadikam in correct Linga. Then we add the supratyaya to make it a Subantam. One of those 21 supratyayas. Vigrahavakyam means just to restate what that Kridanta is in a simple terms. For example, we have this Rama. Rama is a Kridanta word derived from the Dhatu Ram. Ram plus Ghai Pratyaya changes it to Rama. The process is there, but what is the Vigrahavakyam? What is the meaning of Rama in a simple words or simple sentence? Ramante or Ramate iti Ramaha, one who enjoys, or Ramayati iti Ramaha, one who gives happiness to others. That is Rama. So, Athva Ramante asmin iti Ramaha, people who enjoy by looking at him, iti Rama. There are different interpretations or simplistic way of telling what is the meaning of Rama can be using the Rama dhatu again. Ramate iti Ramaha. Ramante asmin iti Ramaha. Ramante asmin yoginaha iti Ramaha. Ramante asmin janaha iti Ramaha. Ramayati iti janan iti Ramaha. The different ways, these are all Vigrahavakyam. We can say that. So what is the meaning of that Rama, Kridanta word, in simple sentence? Now we are going to start with the first set of Krit Pratyayas in our study. Any questions so far? Rajendra Moday, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir. Now I am able to hear you.
Okay. Any question? Okay. Now we are going to start with the first set of Krit Pratyayas in our study. That is Tavya, Tavyat, Aneeyar. Tavya, Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar. So three Tavya, Aneeyar. Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar. These are the three pratyayas we are going to start studying. Examples, I think we already know the many words which have these pratyayas. Gantavya, right? Gantavya, Gamaniya, then Drashtavya, Darshaniya. Any other words remember? Tavya, Aniya. Any other words? Kartavya, Haraniya. Kartavya. Kartavya, we know everybody we have a Kartavya. Kartavya, Karaniya. So we know we use these words very commonly in our day-to-day usage. So these have the, like, Kartavya has the ending Tavya, Karaniya has the ending Niya. It is not Niyar, Karaniyar, but it is just Niya, Karaniya. To derive these Kartavya, Karaniya, such words, the Ashtadhyayi gives these three pratyayas, Krit pratyayas, Tavyat, Tavya, Aniyar pratyaya. So we can see some examples here. Yeah. Can you give some examples in the sentence using the word kartavya? Anybody use kartavya? Simple example. Or karaniya. Any example? Any sentence? Karya. Can you give us some examples with the word karya or karyam? No example? Vipashri Bhagini.
Cannot
Karyam. Any karyam
reachable.
kartavya.
Let me think, Mahodaya, if I get it.
Kim karyam. This is a sentence, right? Kim karyam asti.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to think far. Just simple. Kim karyam asti. Karyam means what there? Karyam, something to be done.
Yeah.
Kim karyam asti. Similarly, same thing you can use kartavyam. Kim kartavyam asti. What is there to be done? Kim karaniyam asti. What is there to be? Same. The meaning is same. Kim karaniyam, kim kartavyam, kim karyam. Their meaning is same. Kartavyam means something, my duty. Kartavya is used generally for duty, right? Kartavyam, something to be done. Kartavyam. Karaniyam, same thing. To be done. Karaniyam asti. Kim karaniyam asti. Kim kartavyam asti. Kim karyam asti. So these are some simple examples of kartavya, karaniya. Now, karya has a different pratyaya. We'll see that later. So for now, let's focus on this Tavya, Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar. these three krit pratyayas. Now these, obviously these are krit pratyayas, then they are added to dhatus, they form a pratipadikam. Now examples are many. Let's take some example. This sna. Yes, sna. Sna means what? What is the meaning of sna? Is a dhatu. Sna dhatu is used for what purpose?
Is it to bathe?
To bathe. Yeah.
Like we have snati is in the latlakara vartamana kala, we have snati. Snati means when somebody bathes. Snati. Now sna is a dhatu, we add tavyat or tavya, then we get the form snatavya. This is very simple. We have sna plus tavya. There is no other process happening here. Very simple. Sna plus tavya, snatavya. Sna plus tavyat is also snatavya. Now sna plus aneeyar. Aneeyar actually. Now here what is happening? Sna plus aneeyar. This becomes snaniya. Pratipadikam becomes snaniya. Here the last refa or ra sound, rakara, that is being removed. That is being taken away. That is the it letter here. That is the it. Refa is the it letter here. That will be removed during the process of derivation as per the Ashtadhyayi. Whereas Ashtadhyayi sutras are there to remove this. And anyway, so this sna plus aneeyar becomes snaniya. So everywhere, wherever there is a aneeyar is added, in that last ra is removed. Same thing with the karaniya also. Kru is the dhatu there, we know kru. Plus aneeyar, in that ra is removed, then aneeya remains. Then this ru, this changes to ar. Okay. Ka plus ru is there here. Ru is the, what is ru? Is it a swara or vyanjanam? What is the ru? Swara. So ru is like similar, just like a, I, E, etc. It's a swara. And that swara, the ru, is changed to ar because of other sutras supporting it. So we have ka plus ar plus aniya. Okay, so that aniya becomes karaniya now. Karaniya. This na changes to na. You already know that. Why? Why does it change to na to na?
It's because of this refa.
Refa. Because of refa. Right. Because there is a ra. Karaniya, ramaniya, just similar to ramaniya, like rama. We have ram plus aniya, rama, aniya, but because there is a refa there in the rama, that changes to ramaniya. Right? So karaniya. So this karaniya becomes the new pratipadikam. And is it what is the lingam of this new pratipadikam? Depends. Now, if we want to use it in pullinga, we can directly add the supratyaya, karaniya plus so, that becomes karaniya, right? Karaniya means something that needs to be done, which is in Pullinga. Then if you want to use it in a Strilinga, then you add the A there, Akaranta, it becomes Karaniya. Okay? Karaniya. Then if you want to use it in the Napunskalingam, then the Pratipadikam remains same, Karaniya, like Akaranta, Napunsakalinga, Karaniya, just like Vana or Phala. So then it will be, Vibhakti forms will be like Vanam, Vane, Vanani, Karaniyam, Karaniye, Karaniyani, etc. So, for example, Graha Karyam, Karaniyam, Kshalanam, Karaniyam, Snanam, Karaniyam, etc. Because Snanam is an Napunsakalinga and Karaniyam is being used as a Visheshanam on that Snana, then it takes the same linga. Snanam, Karaniyam, Graha Karyam, Karaniyam, Dhavanam, Karaniyam, Lepanam, Karaniyam, etc. If it is a Pullinga, then you can use the Pullinga form. So if you take the example of Snatavya here, Snatavya. Snatavya means something that needs to be bathed. So here Snatavya. Aham Snatavyaha. You can take that. Or Maya Snatavyaha. So Maya Snatavyam in that case. Because by me, bathing needs to be done. Maya Snatavyam. By me, bathing needs to be done. Now, Sasnat or Sahasnatavyaha. What does this mean? Sahasnatavyaha. That means he needs to be bathed by somebody. He needs to be bathed by somebody. Sahasnatavyaha. Somebody means what? Suppose he needs to be bathed by me. Or let's say Balaka. Balaka. Snatavyaha. Boy needs to be bathed by me. By me will become Maya. Balaka Snatavyaha Maya. Balika Snatavya Maya. This is Snatavya being used as a Visheshanam to whatever is being bathed. Balaka Snatavya, Balika Snatavya, Puttalika Snatavya, etc. Any questions? So we are looking at these three pratyayas, Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar. Examples we saw: Kartavya, Karaniya. Now there is a question, right? Why there are these two different pratyayas when the end form is same for both? In the first case, last ta is it letter, so that will be removed during the derivation process, prakriya. Then kru plus tavya, same, ru changes to ar, then becomes kartavya. And here also kru plus tavya becomes kartavya. Kru plus Aneeyar becomes Karaniya. The question is why Panini Ashtadhyayi gives these two different pratyayas to derive the same form, Tavyat and Tavya, and both the end form is same, Kartavya, Kartavya. In the first case, the last is removed because of the it letter and it is added there as a it letter, and Tavya is just there is no it letter there. Why there are two different pratyayas? This is because of the swara form or swara system, like Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita swaras, which were previously in practice. Nowadays they are also in practice in Veda Patanam, but in Loka Bhasha, in general day-to-day usage, that swara system is gone. That has become Lupta. We don't use swaras as they are supposed to be used. Though we use swaras like Balaka asti kim? Kim balaka asti? Balakaha. So there, if we just say Balakaha, or you can say Bhojanam abhavat. Bhojanam abhavat. Bhojanam abhavat, that is simple, there is no, we are not using a swara or intonation, you can call it tones. Right? Bhojanam abhavat, it is simple, no changes in the tone. That is simple statement. Bhojanam abhavat. When we say that, the other will understand that the eating happened. Bhojanam abhavat. Lunch happened, whatever, the lunch or dinner. The eating happened. But if you give it a swara or a tone, Bhojanam abhavat, the different swaras can be used, right? Bhojanam abhavat, that is like a Ascharyam. Right? Bhojanam abhavat, that the Ascharya swara is there. Right? If you change the tone, Bhojanam abhavat, that's like you can also state the same thing, same words, by changing the tone, it changes to a question. So these kind of swara variation, toning variations, were important for different words, and they were very well defined previously and used in the Loka Bhasha also, Laukika Bhasha also previously. But now that has become a Lupta, or gone, lost, and mostly it has stayed in Veda to some extent. Veda Patanam nowadays. So this Tavyat, Tavya also, these two were defined to derive the same form, end form, but the Tavyat and Tavya, they were used for indicate different swaras, Swarita, Udatta, etc. But now we can just ignore that for our purpose, because we are using these in the Laukika Bhasha, and then for us both are same, whether you add Tavya or Tavyat, it doesn't matter. The end form is same, and how we use this end form is also same, no difference. Kartavya. Aneeyar, there is a it letter Refa, and then Aneeya, add it, then becomes Karaniya. Already 1 hour. So some more examples. One more important thing is that we saw a couple of examples right here. One is Snatavya. Saha Snatavyaha or Balakaha Snatavyaha Maya. What is the prayoga here? You can understand, right? Snatavyaha. Balakaha Snatavyaha Maya. Is it a Karmani prayoga or Kartari prayoga?
Karmani prayoga.
Karmani prayoga.
Karmani prayoga.
Passive. Right? Because we are saying that Maya balakah snatavyah. The boy needs to be bathed by me. Note that the sense in which these are used, they are it like needs to be. Kartavya, something needs to be done by me. Kartavya, Karani also, something needs to be done by me. So this Tavya, Aneeyar, these are being used in the sense of something needs to be done by somebody. That means these are used in the sense of to be done, and also they are used in Karmani Prayoga. Maya balaka snatavya. Balaka needs to be bathed by somebody. Maya, Taya, Tvaya, etc. So these say Tavya and Aneeyar used in the Karmani Prayoga, Karmanyarthe, and then what? What are the other thing? Then in the sense of to be, that act needs to be done. Snatavya, Karani, Kartavya, to be done. Snatavya, to be bathed. Gamaniya, Gantavya, to be gone. Agantavya, to be uh,
Right.
arrived. Agantavya, Agamaniya, etc. Also, another thing to note here, as you have seen already here, Balakah Snatavyah, Balika Snatavya, Balakah, or something, Agamaniyah, Balika Agamaniya. So these are used as a Visheshanam. So three things to note here. One is they are used in the Karmani sense and in the sense of that act denoted by that dhatu to be done, and the third thing is they are used in as a Visheshanam. These are the three things about Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar pratyayas. These are the general rules. Now there are some exceptions for this which we'll see later. But before that, before closing today's session, couple more examples which are commonly used. Which one? Crew we already saw. Then we have crew kartavya karaniya. Then klup dhatu, klup, or what are the other thing you can say? Khad, khad, khad dhatu. You add tavya and aniya. That we'll ignore those it letters already. So this khada plus aniya becomes khadaniya, something that needs to be eaten. Khadaniya. Kim phalam khadaniyam asti. Phalam khadaniyam asti. The fruit needs to be eaten or should be eaten. And when we add khad plus tavya, this changes to khaditavya, not khadatavya, khaditavya. Now this is something slight change here. So it is, in place of kartavya, we have kru plus tavya, changing to kartavya. But khada plus tavya changes to khaditavya, not khadatavya. So there is a slight, there is an addition of E here in between, before this Tavya. After Khada, there is E plus Tavya. So there is a additional step in derivation there, because the final form is Khaditavya. Khaditavya final form, how do we get that? Because that is in use. Khaditavya, Chalitavya. Then what else we have? Japitavya, Kalpitavya. So in this case, Jivitavya. In this case, there is a E is used there. E comes in between in some cases. In some cases, E doesn't come in between, like Kartavya. And what else we have?
Snatavya.
Sthatavya, Drashtavya, Gantavya. Then E is not there in between. So in some cases E comes, in some cases E doesn't come. Now, why is this? Because why there is no answer to it? Because the final in the usage, Bhasha is like that, Khaditavya, etc. Now, to support that final form, the sutras, Ashtadhyayi supports it with some derivation process, prakriya. For example, here Khada plus Tavya is there, and then E comes in between. This is also a pratyaya in between. There is another set of pratyayas which come in between. So this is a it. Ashtadhyayi calls it it pratyaya in between. In it pratyaya also, ta is to be removed during the prakriya or the process. So this ta, the last ta, is the it letter there. So only E remains of the it pratyaya. So here what happens? Khada plus E plus Tavya, Khaditavya. Now when this it has to be added, when the it doesn't need to be added, in case of Gamma, that is the subject of Ashtadhyayi in some part. Now I think we should stop here. That is one. I would like to explain that briefly, but that will take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So just for now, just note that E, as you see, that it comes in between in some cases. For some dhatus, it doesn't come. Like Gantavya, Drashtavya, it is not there. Khaditavya, Chalitavya, etc. It is there. Now, for Aniya, the it doesn't come, it never comes anywhere. Right? Gamaniya, Khadaniya also you see here, Khadaniya, but if you add Tavya to the same dhatu, E is coming. But if you add Aniya, same dhatu, E is not there in between. Khadaniya, Karaniya, Gantavya, Drashtavya, Darshaniya, Gamaniya, Chalaniya, Japaniya, Jivaniya, etc. Where they have Jivaniya, there is if you add Tavya, there is a Jivitavya form is there, E is there, Jivitavya. So only in case of Tavya or Tavyat, E comes in between for some dhatus, whereas for Aniya, E is not coming in between in any case for any dhatu. So for now, that is enough to know today. The next class, I can go a little more deeper, where E comes and E doesn't come. Okay, we'll stop here today. Any question? No question.
One question was, so are we always using this Tavyat and not Tavya?
Sorry, say that?
So, is it all the Tavyat that we are using now? Because there were three, and then one was, we are not using one of these three.
Yeah, so we talked about Tavyat, Tavya, Aneeyar.
So in practice, we are only using the first one.
Aneeyar also we are using, right?
No, I think the first and the third one. I'm sorry. The Tavya is maybe.
Yeah, Tavya. See, it doesn't matter for now. You can say,
Yeah.
yeah, we add Tavya, we add Tavyat. It doesn't matter. The final form is same. So, but in case, when the case of some of the words in the Vedas where the Swara matters, then we'll have to be very specific. Are we using Tavyat or Tavya? In case of Veda, words appearing the Veda with the Swaras. Yeah. But when we are using this, our day-to-day the Kartavya, it doesn't matter. You can say, I'm using Tavyat. I can say, I'm using Tavya. It's the same process.
Okay.
Only thing is the first step is the goes away. That's it.
Okay. So essentially we are using the first one, but then because of this swaras not being of any consequence,
Yeah. So there is no
there can go.
use left
Okay.
in our daily usage. There is no use left to have these both of them. So you can say that, yeah, I'm using Tavyat in the Kartavya. I can say I'm using Tavya in Kartavya. It doesn't matter because the end result is the same.
Okay, Ma. Yeah. Thank you.
The only thing we are
Sir, what is
mentioning
the
this
meaning
here.
of
We are just mentioning these Tavya here because there is a Paniniya Sutra we are studying that it says Tavyat Aneeyar iti. So there is a sutra, that's why we have to mention this Tavyat. There are two different pratyas are there, but the end form is same, etc. Otherwise, if somebody writes a new grammar rule, he can write just use one of these, like Tavyaniyara, something like that. Sutra can be made if somebody writes a new grammar now. Yeah, Rajendra Mode.
sir, meaning of this Khaditavya and Khadaniya?
Khadaniya,
Khadaniya,
Khaditavya. No, to be eaten.
Khadaniya is to be eaten.
Yes.
And Khaditavya?
Same meaning. They are used in the same sense.
Same meaning.
Khaditavyam, phalam khaditavyam. The fruit should be eaten. Phalam khadaniyam, phalam khaditavyam. Fruit should be eaten.
Okay. Okay.
Mahodaya, they
other,
can be used, sorry,
hmm.
can they be
One way,
used interchangeably?
yes, interchangeably.
Oh,
You can think of this as a alternate way of saying phalam khadet. Khadet is vidhiling, right? Remember vidhiling?
Yes, Mahoday. I don't remember all the forms, but
Yeah, for example, phalam khadet. Balakah phalam khadet. What does this mean?
child should eat
Yeah. Boy should
the
eat
fruit.
fruit. That is the kartari prayoga. Balaka phalam khadet. Khadet is a kartari prayoga which is coming in the lakara is vidhiling lakara. So there balaka phalam khadet means balaka should eat or balaka has to eat or should eat phalam, fruit. The same meaning is now without using this kriyapada form, tinganta form. Khadet is a tinganta form, vidhiling lakara. Without using that tinganta form, vidhiling lakara, we can use this kridanta form, which is uh, namapadam, but in a karmani form. Same thing. Balaka phalam khadet. This, if you turn this balaka phalam khadet kartari to karmani in the tinganta form, how will it look like? The same sentence.
Lakena phalam, and then some karmani form of khadet, which I don't remember.
Yeah. So that is, if you just look at this lat lakara, simple lat lakara, balaka phalam khadati, right? So this is a kartari prayoga. Karmani, how do you change this? Balakena.
Balakena phalam khadyate.
Balakena phalam khadyate. So this is a Vartamana Kala Lakara. That means in the Kartari it means boy is eating a fruit, and in Karmani it means a fruit is being eaten by a boy. This is a simple Vartamana Kala Kartari Karmani. Now we have Vidhiling also, which we just now saw, that Balaka Phalam Khadet. That is Vidhiling, means Balaka should eat a phalam. That also can be turned into a Karmani Prayoga, which is Balakena phalam. Now this one Khadet Vidhiling, that we will have to know. What is the Karmani form of Vidhiling, Khadet? That is, if you know, that is okay. But if you don't know, then generally this Khadaniyam, Khaditavyam, these are easier to remember, right? Rather than the Tinganta form of that Lakara, Karmani form of that Lakara. Khadet, what happens to Khadet now? Okay, Khadati itself, remembering Khad, what is that? Khadyate, that was much difficult to remember. Now every Lakara has a Karmani form. Lang Lakara has Karmani form, this Bhavishat, Lung Lakara has Karmani form, Lung has Karmani form, every Lakara has Karmani form, Vidhiling has Karmani form. All those, if one can remember, that is great. But now, in practice, it is easier to remember the Namapada form. So now, Balakena phalam Khadaniyam. That is easy. Or Khaditavyam. Both you can use Khadaniyam. So that to convey the similar meaning, or same meaning actually, Khadet, instead of that Vidhiling, you can turn that Karmani. Balakena phalam Khadaniyam. By boy, the fruit should be eaten. Khaditavyam or Khadaniyam should be eaten. Now, here you can assume asti as the Kriyapadam. By a boy, fruit needs to be eaten. Okay. We'll stop here today. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad.
Namaskara.
धन्यवादः महोदय.